today's video, I'm going to do an unboxing and overview of my new Louis Vuitton Kensington bag. I decided that I wanted to get a new handbag to replace my Coach market tote that I've been carrying pretty consistently for over a year, but decided I was ready to get something new, and I really thought that I wanted to get a luxury bag. And originally, I thought I might go the pre-loved route. But because I don't have any luxury stores anywhere around me, I knew I wanted to wait until I had an opportunity to actually go view some of the bags that I'd been looking at online in store. And though I had several on my list, including a couple from Louis Vuitton that I wanted to look at, I actually wound up with a bag that wasn't even originally on my list. And of course, when looking at the bag in store, I really just fell in love with it and had the decision to make of whether or not I wanted to go ahead and buy it new or try to find it pre-loved. And after taking a little bit to think about it while I was still at the mall, I did a little bit of research and looked up prices and decided that for a Kensington in the condition that I was looking for, I wasn't going to be able to save that much money anyway. And so I decided to go ahead and enjoy the experience of getting to buy a brand new bag in store. So let me go ahead and show you the bag. So because this is my first in-person experience, it was pretty fun for me to get the huge bag that this one comes in. And of course, I have the nice envelope with the receipt and information on my associate and all that. And then here is the big box itself. So the associate that I was working with knew that this was my first in-store experience buying a bag, and so he was really great to work with and did a great job packaging the bag up. So I'll go ahead and unbox it, and I'm really excited to have this beautiful, beautiful box that's nice and big. I think it's going to look great in my closet. And of course, here's the bag in the cloth dust bag that it came in, and then here is the bag itself. So as I mentioned, I had several bags on my list that I was interested in going and seeing in person the day that I was able to actually go shopping. And there was a couple of bags in the LV store that I was interested in. One of them was the Flandrin bag, which is actually very similar to this, except it's monogram and has black leather detailing on it. And then the other was the Jersey, which is a tote bag similar to the market tote that I already have, a little bit similar to a Neverfull, except it has a zip along the top and actually comes in the damier print and then has black detailing on it. And I really, really loved that bag when I saw it. However, the associate also showed me a few other bags. Once he had a feel for what I was looking for, he showed me a few other bags that he thought I might like, including bringing this one over. And although I guess I'd seen this one on the website, it didn't really speak to me on the website, but when I saw it in person, of course, it's a similar shape and size to the Flandrin, but I just really loved the beautiful V detailing, and the bag just really won me over. And I did decide to go with this over, say, the Jersey, because I just thought it would be fun to have something a little bit different, and I love the ladylike top handle look to this bag. So as I mentioned, I was looking for an everyday bag that would actually be able to replace my Coach tote, which has been wonderful, and because of its size and the fact that it's so unstructured, it allows me to get a lot in it. So I did take all of my stuff out and put it in each of the bags I was trying to make sure it could fit. So one of the things that was a requirement for me was that my new bag actually be able to fit a file folder in it. Not that I need to take files with me all that often, but occasionally I do. And so although it's a little bit of a tight fit, it does fit a file folder in it, which is really nice. And that's one of the things that I really enjoyed about this bag, was the fact that it doesn't look huge because it has this nice tapered look as you go up. But if you look at the bottom, it's actually quite a large footprint. And actually, when I compare it to my Coach tote, you can see that the footprint of the bag is not a lot smaller. The main difference is that it does taper up as it comes in, and I think that gives it a little bit smaller look. In addition, though, to the large footprint tapering up, it does have these snaps on the side that you can actually unsnap when you do need to be able to get in a little bit better. So let's go ahead and talk about the measurements of the bag. So the bag is 13.4 inches in length. It is 10.2 inches in height, and it's 5.1 inches in depth. And this is actually very much the size of the flandrin, except the flandrin is just a smidge wider. It's 5.9 inches wide. But otherwise, the size of the Kensington is pretty much comparable to the flandrin. So let's go ahead and take a quick tour of the bag. This is the bag that I was looking at in store. He had gone ahead, and once he could tell that this is the one I was looking at, he had pulled a fresh one out for me, and so that was the one that I got to take. So what's great about this bag, I think, is the versatility of it in the compartments and the fact that it comes with these nice rolled top handles, but it also has a detachable strap. So on the inside, it's got two large compartments on either side with a zipper compartment in the middle. And I really liked the zipper compartment in the middle because I like the idea of having a secure place that I could put my cell phone, my wallet, etc. And my detachable strap is in there. Now I'm going to go ahead and attach the strap, and I'm probably just going to always carry this with that strap on it. One, because I like the way that it looks, but two, I like to have the functionality to throw it over my shoulder when I need. And the strap is about 34 inches in length. So it's not going to allow you to wear the bag crossbody very comfortably, but definitely on your shoulder. And then it does have these nice clasp closures right here. So the way you attach it is there are two D-rings right on the inside of one side of the handle and then on the back, so it kind of loops across like this. And I think that's actually important for how the bag looks when you're not carrying it with the strap. So there it is with the strap, and when you're not carrying it, what you can do is just kind of drape it across the bag like this. And it just sits nicely. And then when you set it down, the strap will actually just kind of go underneath the bag. So in addition to the zipper compartment on the inside itself is made of a nice microfiber that's nice and light in color, so it's easy to see everything that you're putting in the bag. Now obviously, because it's light in color, I'm going to have to be pretty careful about not putting anything in here that could stain up the inside of the bag. So now let's talk about some of the other outside features. So in addition to the rolled top handles and the detachable strap, it does have this metal V, and I actually can go ahead and take off the plastic that's on it now, so it's a little bit shinier. And then on the bottom, it does have four really nice feet that will help keep the bag from touching the ground when you set it down. And I think that's also important because the way I plan on carrying the bag is with this strap kind of curled underneath the bag. When I set this down, that's also going to protect the strap from getting too much pressure laying directly on the ground as well. So for the particulars of the bag, the code is actually on a slip of leather that's sewn right into the side of the pocket, which makes it really hard for me to be able to read, but perhaps if I got out my glasses, I'd be able to read that. And then this bag is actually made in France itself. So now let me go ahead and show you what all this bag fits, and so why I was so excited to be able to add this one to my collection. A couple of things I don't have in there right now that I do have a tendency to carry around, especially in the winter months, and that is my gloves, potentially a scarf and a hat, but I've actually got those out on the counter in the other room. But this is a very typical amount of stuff for me to be able to carry, although occasionally, especially when I'm traveling with this bag, I like to be able to throw one or more two things in. So first of all, I always compartmentalize my items inside my bag. It makes it easier for me to switch from one bag to another, but it also keeps my bag itself a little bit cleaner, and it just has helped me find things. So I have a couple of those that I can switch into this bag. So I'm going to place one in the front pocket, and I'm going to place the other in the back pocket. So you can see there how that's looking. They nestle in nicely. They fit really well at the bottom because the base of the bag is so small, and then it allows me to put things on the side because it doesn't take up the entire width, and then I can also stack a few things on the top. So next I'm going to grab my eyeglasses case, and I'm going to put that standing up next to that first bag that I put in here. Then I'm going to take a couple of mints that I have, and I'm going to put that in down on the other side of the other compartment. Now I'm going to take some of the items that I want to keep in that zip compartment. I'm going to put those in. So that includes my wallet, which I've just been loving carrying a really small wallet for a while, my cell phone, and then my keys. So I'm going to take all of this and I'm going to put it in that zip compartment in the middle. And I'm also going to take my badge holder for work and put that in the middle compartment as well. Now I'm getting down to some other things. So I do have a packet of tissues just because it's been pretty cold and I've had a runny nose. Normally this would go in that purple bag, but I've kept it out just for convenience sake. So I'm going to put that down in one side next to the eyeglasses case. I also have my business card holder. And I'm going to take that and nestle that down in. And then my checkbook, which I could probably ditch, but I have it in there right now. And then my coin purse. And I'm just going to kind of set that on top of my purple case that I have in there. And now I'm getting to all of the pieces of paper that I have a tendency to just carry in my bag. So got some receipts, some gift cards, coupons, etc. And then a couple of pieces of bigger paper. So actually, I'm just gonna, these were in the side zip pocket of this one. I'm just gonna put them inside this, and I'm gonna nestle that down in the bag as well. And that'll just keep the papers kind of straight in that bag. I will say the nice thing about having a bag that's a little bit smaller and a little bit more structured like this is with this bag, especially with loose papers, because this bag has so much room, my papers and things will get really crumpled, and sometimes they'll end up in the bottom of the bag if I don't stick them in that side zip pocket. And I don't have to worry about that with this bag because it's not big enough to allow that to happen, but it still is big enough for me to fit all my stuff. All right, so now I'm getting down to my last couple of things. I have my pivot appliance case that I always need to have with me, and so I'm going to stick that down inside on top of the mints. And then I have my bullet journal with my pen that I like to always have with me, and I'm going to actually stick that on top of my LV case. And then of course, if I have something soft like gloves, my hat, my scarf, those can easily stick on the top of one of these compartments. And actually when I travel, I like to have a scarf that allows me to put it on the top, and so that way it just makes everything a little bit more secure in any open compartment that I might have. So now I have my bag all loaded up with what I plan to carry in it on a routine basis. And so let me just show you, if I can, how I've got everything in there. So it's definitely pretty full. I wouldn't want to keep a lot more in this bag in an everyday basis because I don't want the bag to lose its shape, but it definitely allows me to keep everything that I need to routinely in here quite comfortably, and because of the organization, I can find everything very quickly because I'll just remember what compartment, which side I like to keep things in. So now let me insert a couple of modeling shots so you can see what this bag looks like to carry both with the top handles and with the strap itself. So there's my overview of my new Louis Vuitton Kensington bag. I'll be sure to come back on after I've been wearing the bag for a while and confirm the functionality and actually share how it is that I've been wearing it. I hope you found this video helpful. If so, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Until next time, bye.